Uh, are we still connected? I think. Okay. So in those conditions change, there is no house, right? This body also, as long as you are healthy, you have a body. Once you fall ill and you are not able to function, so your heart stops, your kidneys fail you, or your brain stops, then you are no longer a human being. You as a human being is just a condition associated with body mind. This body mind will go away. This condition will go away. And you are not the condition. You are the witness of this condition. As a witness, आप तो रहने वाले हैं, आप तो जाने वाले नहीं. And Vedanta says, you as a witness are the reality of what happens around you. All conditions come and go. You are not a condition, you are a reality. Okay, so Ramana's question, who am I? The answer is, you are a reality. Everything other than you are a set of conditions that appear and disappear. The sun is a set of conditions, appears and disappears. The moon, the earth, the stars, the the country called India is again a set of conditions. So it will come, it will go. So country becomes bisected, it becomes divided, it becomes subdivided. Okay. So once upon a time, it was in a particular form. Later on, that form has changed. So everything keeps changing. Nothing is permanent. This is what Buddha said. Sarvam dukkham dukkham, sarvam kshanikam kshanikam. Life itself is a series of dependencies. And any dependency is dukkham. Independence is freedom. Dependency is dukkham. Whether you're dependent on a vehicle, you're dependent on your father, if you're dependent on your children, any form of dependence is dukkham. And sarvam kshanikam. Everything is momentary. Therefore, even dukkha is momentary. So, dukkha to जाने वाले हैं. Vedanta says, आप तो नहीं जाएंगे, आप तो रहने वाले हैं. You are reality. If you talk about yourself as reality, another question comes, how big are you? Okay, are you tiny like a molecule hidden somewhere within the body? Or do you have a dimension which is length into breadth into height? Or you are limitless like the sky. The sky has no limits. Vedanta says, well, all limits are nothing but set of conditions. You are not limited by these conditions. You survive these conditions. You are the knower of this condition. You are the survivor. As a survivor, you are not limited by any conditions. You have no limits. Okay. If your limit is length into breadth into height, then you can be reduced into your components. You can be broken down. Like the house can be broken down into walls and bricks. You are not a condition, you are reality. As reality, You don't have a limited dimension. You exist without dependence on dimensions. That means you are the reality of all dimensions. आप है, बाकी सब दिखता है और चले जाता है. Appears and disappears. All limits appear and disappear. You remain forever. So the truth of Vedanta is very simple. You are what you are. You are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled as you are. Right here, right now. So this knowledge, if you come to this knowledge and are able to settle with this knowledge, you are a sannyasi by knowledge. Get this? This is the third meaning of sannyasa. Sannyasa means knowledge of the self. The first meaning of sannyasa is literal lifestyle of sannyasa. You stay in an ashram or you keep moving from place to place, begging for your food, not depending on anything. The second meaning is the attitude of sannyasa, which you can have whether you are living a lifestyle of a sannyasi or you are living a lifestyle of a householder. It does not matter. If you have the right attitude, you are a sannyasi. The third definition of sannyasa is the one who is completely fulfilled by knowledge. So he is totally free. The word sannyasa itself means freedom. That freedom can be relative. In the lifestyle of sannyasa, you have a physical freedom. You can move wherever you want. You have no responsibilities. You have all the time, lot of freedom you have. Nobody to ask you, nobody to stop you. You can do what you want. Okay. So that is a freedom enjoyed in the lifestyle of a sannyasi. In the lifestyle of a householder, of course, you have responsibilities, so you have limited freedom. But that limited freedom also can be enhanced by your attitude that I don't depend on situations, I don't depend on things, I make use of things, I work in this world, I make use of different resources. At the same time, I will not depend on them because dependence is never lasting. Dependence does not last. Okay, your car does not last. Your vehicle does not last. Your house also does not last beyond a certain period. So you have to renovate. You have to recreate. Your dress does not last. Your body also does not last. Your friends also do not last beyond a certain time. Your relatives do not last. Your spouse does not last. Your body does not last. Nothing lasts. Therefore, you cannot depend on anything forever. So if you cannot depend on anything forever, have the right attitude. Relative dependence is for your food, clothing, shelter. Depend on situations for your needs, but don't give in to greed. When you give in to greed, you want more. The more you want, the more dependent you become. And the more frustrated also you become. So that relative freedom comes from the attitude. The more clear is this attitude of that I will manage my reaction to situations. The more that attitude comes, this attitude comes through surrender and through grateful acceptance. Ishwararpanam prasada buddhi. So this attitude of sannyasa again gives you a relative freedom. And self-knowledge, when you know yourself, I am not a dependent entity. I am the only independent reality in creation. Everything else comes and goes. I remain forever. I am complete. I am secure. I am fulfilled. So this independence is absolute. Okay, this independence in terms of knowledge. So this is also called as sannyas. Having spoken about this, we'll go back to uh, sharing screen. It's enabled, sir. Screen sharing. Yes. Okay. We come to the fourth chapter. In the fourth chapter, uh, the Lord says, this is the knowledge that I have given right in the beginning of creation to Vivaswan. Vivaswan is the sun god. Vivaswan gave it to Manu. Manu gave it to Ikshvaku. It has come down step by step from teacher to student. And that same knowledge, Arjuna, is what I am teaching you right now. Arjuna wonders, how is it possible that you could have taught Vivaswan? You are born a contemporary of uh, the Pandavas, and Vivaswan was born much, much earlier, centuries earlier, or eons earlier. How am I to believe that you gave this knowledge to Vivaswan? So Krishna says that I am unborn, I am ajaha, I am unborn, but still through my maya, I recreate myself as a human being or as a living being. Okay, we have the story of the Dashavatara. You have Matsya, Lord Vishnu appears as a fish. Kurma, he appears as a tortoise. As a fish, he rescues the Vedas from sinking into the sea. As a tortoise, he rescues the earth from sinking into the ocean. He rescues the earth. As a Varaha, as a boar, he rescues the earth. As a Kurma, as a tortoise, he supports the earth. As the Varaha avatar, he rescues the earth and he kills this Rakshasa called Hiranyaksha. In the fourth avatar, as Narasimha, so he comes as half lion, half man, and he kills Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlada. So Prahlada is a devotee of Vishnu. So when Hiranyakashipu becomes arrogant and he says, please tell me, where is your Vishnu? You see in this, the Prahlada says, Vishnu is everywhere. So Hiranyakashipa, so he says, is it there in this pillar? Of course. So Hiranyakashipu took his mace, his gada, and broke the pillar. And from that pillar, Lord Vishnu appeared, half human, half lion. And he killed Hiranyakashipu. In the fifth avatar, he came as Vamana. A Vamana is a dwarf who became Trishanku. I mean not Trishanku, Trivikrama. Vamana became Trivikrama, and uh, he asked this King Bali. King Bali was a very powerful king. So to subdue that king, so Vishnu came as a dwarf, a Brahmin boy, and asked for Diksha. He said, I don't want any money. I just want land uh, that I can cover with 3 steps. That much land I want. So Bali says, take it. And this boy, Vamana, became Trivikrama. He became taller and taller until his head reached the sky. And he says, now, are you ready to give me land equal to 3 of my steps? So the first step he took, he covered the entire earth. The second step he took, he covered the heavens. And the third step, he asked, please tell me where shall I keep it? And Bali realized this is Lord Narayana himself. And he surrendered and says, please keep it on my head so that I am always blessed by you. So this is the story of the 5th avatar, Vaman avatar. The 6th avatar was Parashuram. Parashuram was uh, a Brahmin who, for the purpose of establishing dharma, he destroyed a lot of Kshatriyas who were arrogant and living a life of adharma. So he destroyed them. So he's Parashurama. Then 7th avatar was Rama. Of course, you know the story of Ram. 8th avatar was Krishna. 9th avatar is said to be Buddha. And the 10th avatar is yet to come, that is Kalki. So Krishna says, I come down in the form of a living being to protect the earth from adharma. So he says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyam. Wherever dharma goes into a decline and where adharma, so non-righteousness, it raises its head, then I come down as an avatar and destroy adharma. Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. I think this is very familiar to all of you who have watched a Mahabharata series in the early days. Okay. Dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To establish dharma and to destroy the wicked and protect the good people. I am born again and again. Therefore, Arjuna, do not mistake me to be an ordinary human being. I am the Lord himself who has come down as an avatar. Krishna says, anyone who knows me as I am, as the Lord of the universe, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo veti tatvata. One who knows me in essence, not only in terms of my karma, but also in terms of my tattvam. Janma karma cha tattvataha. Tattvataha means in essence. So in essence, I don't have birth. I am free from birth. I am free from karma. But through my maya, I have janma, I have karma. So this is my divine play. In my divine play, I have birth, I do a lot of karma, but tattvataha, in reality, I am ajaha, I am unborn, I am free from karma. Anyone who knows me in this real sense, such a person becomes completely fulfilled in this life itself, and he does not have to struggle through another birth. Okay, once your life is fulfilled, you don't need another birth. Therefore, you are said to be free from birth and death. So this is a power of knowledge. If you have knowledge about the real nature of the Lord, you recognize that reality is not away from myself. That reality happens to be my very essence. Therefore, I am unborn, I am undying, I am complete as I am secure, I am fulfilled as I am, right here, right now. So this, the one who has this knowledge is called a sannyasi. The person who is completely fulfilled by knowledge. He is a real sannyasi. Other sannyasis are relative sannyasi. Okay, one is a lifestyle of sannyasa, the other is an attitude of sannyasa, and the third is the fulfillment in terms of knowledge. So that fulfillment is called sannyasa. What is the tattva of Ishvara? Verse number 14 says, Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha, iti mam yo vijanati, karma bhir nasa badhyate. Namam karmani limpanti, name karma phale spriha, iti mam yo vijanati, karma bhir nasa badhyate. Krishna says, I am not tied down by my karma, nor do I have any desire for results of karma. I am free from desire, I am free from karma. So this is my real nature. Anyone who knows my real nature also becomes free from karma, because that person discovers oneness with me. That devotee is not different from me. That knower is one with me. Therefore, there is no two, there is only one. If that person knows that I am without karma, I am without desire, such a person also is free from karma, he is also free from desire. Therefore, he is also not tied down to karma. Verse 18, it says, Karmani akarmayah pashyet, akarmani cha karmayah, sa buddhiman manusheshu, sa yuktah kritsna karma krita. Karmani akarmayah pashyet. The one who sees akarma in karma. Okay. So, in spite of doing karma, you are free from karma. So, the one who realizes this, I am always free from karma, even though physically I am doing karma. Sabuddhiman, such a person is a wise person. Among human beings, he is the wisest. Akarmanisha karmaya. The one who sees karma in akarma. Okay, a person says, I don't do any karma, I have given up all karma physically, therefore I am free from karma. Krishna says, there is not freedom from karma. Giving up karma also is another karma. Okay, so performing action is action, and non-performance of action also is another form of action. So if you realize that you can never be free from action, you can only get away from some actions, you prioritize your actions so that the important actions you do, other actions you let go. That's all you can do physically. But by knowledge, you realize no action touches me, I am free from all this. Sa buddhiman manusheshu sa yuktaha krishna karma krita. Such a person is yuktaha, he is a yogi, and he is a fulfilled person. What he can hope to achieve by karma, is already achieved by knowledge. Whatever you can hope to achieve by karma, the success and fulfillment, this person has already achieved it by knowing that I am free from karma. Okay. So this knowledge is talked about compared to a yajna. A yajna is something we talked about in third chapter, that you invoke the devatas through the yajna and the devatas will bless you with results. Now every activity can be compared to a yajna. You go to work in your workplace, you offer your service and the company rewards you with a remuneration. So that becomes a yajna. So wherever you put in effort, you are putting it honest effort and you get the results for that effort, it becomes a yajna. In a yajna, you recognize you are not alone in society, you are part of society. As part of society, you cannot live for yourself. You have to live with the community, with the country, with the universe. Therefore, there is always a give and take. Therefore, don't hoard things for yourself. Okay? Don't be selfish and say only I, me, and myself. Learn to let go, share your resources with the world, and in return, the world will share its resources with you. The more you have the poverty thinking, you hold on to your share. The more you have abundance thinking, you share your resources with others, because where will it go? It will come back. Because we are part of a community. I take care of the community. My community will take care of me. Okay. So this is an enlightened attitude. Such a person does not have poverty thinking. He has got a relatively abundant thinking. This is called karma yoga. So we perform a yajna. Any activity can be looked upon as a yajna, and even self-knowledge can be looked upon as a yajna. This talked about in verse 24. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagno Brahmanahutam. Brahmaiva tena gantavyam Brahma karma samadhina. In a ritual, in a yajna, you have a person who is offering oblations into the fire. There is a devata invoked through that ritual. There are oblations which are offered. There is a fire which receives the offering. Okay. And there is a fulfillment of that yajna in which you get the result. Now think of all this entire cycle of karma as nothing but Ishvara. Ishvara is present as an entire creation. He is present as a yajna. He is present in every aspect of the yajna. Therefore, the arpanam, the thing that is offered, that is Brahma. Brahma here is Ishvara. Brahma arpanam, the act of offering is Brahma. Brahma havihi, the havis that you offer into the fire, that is Brahma. The Agni, the fire, is Brahma. And Hutam. Hutam is what is the remains of a yajna, that is a burnt ashes. So that is also Brahma. What is the destination? So what is the result of this yajna? Brahmaiva tena gantavyam. You go to get the result. Okay, that result also is Brahma. And this entire karma, this entire process, this entire yajna is Brahma. So this knowledge is called samadhi. So with knowledge, you convert all action into jnana yajna. All activity with knowledge, when you do it, it becomes not only a mere yajna, it's not only an attitude of yajna, but it becomes a jnana yajna. So for a person who has self-knowledge, all activity is Ishvara. Ishvara is the subject, Ishvara is the object, Ishvara is the instrument, Ishvara is the result, Ishvara is the mind, Ishvara is the body. So tell me, what is not Ishvara? This is Indian culture. If anybody asks you, where is Ishvara? You have no answer. Because wherever you look, it is nothing but Ishvara. So you can counter question, where is Ishvara not? Please tell me. Please tell me where he is not. A very interesting sentence in English. Okay, somebody said, God is nowhere. God is nowhere. That fellow doesn't believe in God. God is nowhere. He threw this sentence at the believer and says, take it and get lost. Now that man took the sentence and he couldn't read English fluently. So slowly he read God, God, IS is, NOW now, HERE here. God is now here. Okay. So this believer, he got shocked and he says, how come nowhere and now here are one and the same? So the believer smiled and he says, yes, God is right here, right now. And right here, right now is what you are. So where is God? God is present as the world. God is present as my body. God is present as my mind. God is present as my consciousness. And in all this, what changes is appearance, what remains is reality. My body changes, my mind changes, the world changes, my consciousness remains. I am the witness consciousness. My consciousness remains. So, my consciousness is the ultimate Ishvara. My body, mind are manifestations of Ishvara. And my consciousness is actually what Ishvara is. When I recognize that Ishvara, who is the source of creation, happens to be this Ishvara who is breathing conscious entity. Tatattvamasi, that Ishvara is what you are. When you realize this, you become released from all your limitations. Okay? So this is called a Brahma Yajna. Every activity is nothing but Ishvara. So when you have that knowledge, all activity is by the way, Ishvara is all the way. Any questions? I'll take it up after meditation. You have a physical body. This body was not the same a few years ago. It was different. A few years later, it will not be the same. And a century later, this body will not be there. It will be merged into the earth or into the fire. This body will not remain. This body is limited and it is something that comes and goes. What you are is not the body, even though you have a body. What you have is not what you are. You know your hands and legs, you know your face and chest and stomach and back. The body does not know you. Your fingers, your hands, your legs, they do not know you. You know your body. You are conscious. The body is unconscious. You are not your mind. The mind keeps changing. Just like the body keeps changing, your mind keeps changing, but at a greater frequency. You do not change. You recall all the changes. You're able to store it and recall. You are not the changing mind. You are the one who witnesses the changing mind. Everything that changes is an appearance in 3 dimensions. What you are is free from dimensions. You are what you are, complete, secure, fulfilled. You will never disappear. What disappears is not you. Everything in creation has birth and death. It appears and disappears. The world, changing objects, appears and disappears. The mountains and the rivers appear and disappear in time. Your body and mind appears and disappears. Your success and failures, your sadness and joys appear and disappear. They are not what you are, they are what you are associated with. Everything that you are associated with is part of the grand appearance called the universe. And you are the witness who survives all these changing aspects of the universe. You have no dimensions because you're free from change. You have no limitations because limitations are not what you are, they are what you have. What you are is limitless. You are what you are. The only one whole, undivided, limitless, timeless, conscious reality. You are what you are. The only one, limitless, undivided, timeless, conscious reality. You do not come and go. You don't appear and disappear. You are. You exist without dependence on conditions. No conditions apply. Right now, right here, as you are complete, you are secure, you are fulfilled. There's nothing similar to you. There is nothing dissimilar to you. You are what you are. You are complete. You are secure. You are fulfilled as you are right here, right now. Right here, right now. Oh, Om Swastik Prajabhyah Paripalayantam Nyayena Margena Mahimesha Yo Brahmanebhyah Shravanastu Nityam Loka Samastha Sukhino Bhavantu Kale Vachupa Parjanyah Prithvi Sasyashalini Deshoyam Shubharita Brahmana Shanti Nirbhaya Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kasyit Dukkha Bhavet Asato Ma Asaktamena Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityo Ma Mritangamaya Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnadaya Purnameva Shishyate Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Shri Guru Namaha Hari Om. Open for questions. So anyone, please welcome to question answers. Yes, Mahadevan, your
No questions today, sir.
no questions today. That's nice.
Thank you.
I just want to know why there is a different meaning of sannyasa.
Why different meaning of sannyasa? Is it? Are you asking why? Why different meanings? That's the beauty of Sanskrit language. Okay, Sanskrit language. So in fact, it is single word has got many meanings, and that is why you can have Mahabharata in the same text. There's called Madhava, Raghava, Yadaviyam, Raghava Pandaviyam, something. This is a book, about 30 pages. If you read it in one way, it is Ramayana. Okay? If you read it in the reverse way, it is Mahabharata. Okay, so that's the beauty of Sanskrit. You know, the same word can have many meanings. And that is why it is also so confusing. It's so confusing, people start to interpret it. So you have to have the heart of the Shastra with you. So the heart of the Shastra is called the Sampradaya of teaching. With the Sampradaya of teaching, everything comes together. Okay, you see what word, what is the context? According to the context, the meaning will change. Right? According to the context, the meaning will change. Anything else? Any other questions?
One very good thing I learned today is when you gave the definition of sannyasa, the second part, you need not live like a sannyasa in an ashram. You live like a household, but you live the life of a sannyasa. And you gave a very good example. If there is no fan, suddenly the electricity goes away, and we know how to deal with it without a fan or without an AC or without any material. You are a sannyasa. So that is a very good, learning today.
So, in fact, it makes you more rich.
Yeah, correct.
And you don't depend on anything, you are rich.
Correct.
When you depend on everything, you are poor.
Correct. Or to put it in another way, whatever we have today, which you don't value.
Correct.
For example, when you open the tap, the water is coming, you don't value it.
Correct. When you don't have it, it's very
When you don't have it, we are jumping up and down.
Exactly.
So, as long as you value whatever God has given you,
Correct. Correct.
be thankful.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice.
That was a good learning today.
Excellent. Excellent. I'm learning from
Sir,
you.
one question.
Haji, boliye.
Acha, is Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir, is it the same as the Parisheshanam which we do before starting the eating?
Yeah. So, in fact, even the meal is also a yajna. When you're eating, that is also a form of a yajna. Okay. So, you're partaking of Ishvara's gift. That meal is something that is a result of a yajna. You take it and you offer your prayers. You offer your prayers so that you have that respect that the meals are not mere to fill up your belly, but the meal is a form of energy. You consume that energy and you respond with your activity. So let this food go into me and let what is inside become energy and make me do right action. So it is a cycle of yajna. So that is also Brahmarpanam Brahmahavir. Food is Brahman, eater is Brahman, the eating is Brahman, and the satisfaction also is Brahman. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Good question. Good question.
Before food, no? This is Brahmarpanam.
Brahmarpanam.
We can chant it before food.
Before food, yeah. Generally.
That I usually do that.
So, in fact, before any action, you can chant it.
Also.
Any initiative, any new initiative, you start with Brahmarpanam. Okay. There you are.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'm Miruna.
Yeah, Miruna.
As you said, we should chant before food. I do that, but then like my chanting is Shri Vaishnav Devyaya Namah. So can we keep doing this? Shri Ganeshaya Namah, Shri Vaishnav Devyaya Namah, or you feel that something else should be
So it's basically a prayer of gratitude. So thank you.
gratitude.
Thank
Yes.
you. I surrender to you. Thank you for this meal.
The same chanting continue.
Yeah, correct.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Acharya ji.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Next week, I will not be taking a class because
Okay.
I'm having a spiritual camp at Rishikesh.
Wow.
Yeah, from 17 to 21st, I'll be in Rishikesh. I'll be
Wow.
taking Taittiriya Upanishad and Nirvana Shatkam. So I will not be taking a class on Thursday. Okay, so please excuse me for that. Week after that, I'll definitely come back. Namaste, Hari Om.
Hari Om. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Acharya ji.